Good afternoon, Bronc Country, and thank you for tuning in to this final edition of Bronc TV News. Today is Tuesday, May 12, 2015. I am Orlando Vargas.
And I'm Vanessa Matas. At the top of our broadcast, while body cameras are just now gaining popularity in several major cities across the nation, the UTPA Police Department has put itself ahead of this recent trend.
Well, that's right, Vanessa, but UTPA has had the technology in use for more than 2 years. Bronc TV's Isamar Resendez brings us the details on how this controversial technology is keeping our campus safe.
Dash cams in police vehicles are not the only recording devices for some UTPA police officers. The UTPA Police Department has implemented body-worn cameras as part of their uniform. But while everyone else is jumping on the body cameras bandwagon, UTPA police officers have had this technology for over 2 years now.
All of our patrol officers are issued body-worn cameras, just like these, and we use them to document any type of criminal interactions that occur between an officer and a suspect in a criminal case.
Some people believe that attaching body cameras to police will help protect the people during confrontations with police.
It's going to give peace of mind to people who always think that cops are doing a bad thing. And if a cop is really doing their job the way they're supposed to be doing, then there shouldn't be a problem with having everything recorded.
In an effort to continue to maintain the public's trust, these body-worn cameras are a tool that can get the officer's perspective, providing an unbiased look to what happens when they get a call. Back in December, President Obama requested funding of $263 million to help purchase around 50,000 cameras to be worn by police officers around the country. Now, hundreds of police departments are considering whether their own cameras might create a more complete picture of a scene. The cameras are activated with just the push of one button and are only used when the officers are away from all other audio and recording devices.
If we're at somebody's residence or if we're responding to a call inside of a building on campus, let's say, and the officer activates the body-worn camera and then deactivates it when the interaction is complete.
Policing in the digital age means every moment, every encounter can be caught on camera, sometimes followed by an accusation of excessive use of force. The hope for now is that this will protect both police and civilians, telling the officer's side of the story. For Bronc TV News, I am Isamar Resendez.
While elections across the Rio Grande Valley wrapped up this past weekend and some new faces are now in place.
That's right, Orlando. And one race came down to the wire. Bronc TV's Omar Jimenez has the very latest election results.
1,088. Surprising results summed up the evening as voters had the final say on who represents them. Edinburgh, McAllen, and Farr were some of the few races that brought shock after weeks of campaigning from each side. For Edinburgh City Council in place 4, David Torres beat the incumbent Elias Longoria Jr. with 57% of the vote, while Longoria got 43%. Torres had to overcome challenges to reach his victory.
I've been in politics before, and early vote always wins the election for the most part. In this case, my opponent, Mr. Longoria, has a history of coming out strong during election day, so that drove me and my team to know that we had to work twice as hard in early vote to promote it and get people to go and vote.
In McAllen, it was the same story. For City Commissioner in District 1 for this vacant seat, Richard Cortez is making a comeback after serving as mayor. He won with 58% of the votes, while Debbie Crane Aliceda got 42%. In District 5, John Ingram faced challenger Eli Alvarez and was able to keep his seat. Ingram got 66% over Olivares with 44%. The same story in District 6 with Veronica Vela Winokur, who was the incumbent that received 63%, and her challenger Eduardo de la Rosa got 47%. A different outcome in McAllen ISD included the most heated race for its bond election. 70% voted against the proposition, with 30% voting for it. Challengers beat the incumbents on the board. Coronado Ito Alvarado beat Hilda Garza de Chavallo with 42%, with 52% over 35%. Don Delaney got 13%. Tony Farina got 53% of the vote, that outs the board president Erica de la Garza Lopez, who got 47%. Place 1 was an open seat that will be going to runoffs with Marcos Suarez and Maricruz de Villar Abbott. Suarez got 37%, with Abbott receiving 31%. Elidelia Eli Alvarez got 7%, and Dalinda Dolly Gonzalez got 24%. All eyes were in FAR as two slates were trying to take control of the city commission in dead heat races. The FAR forward slate picked up 3 seats as Dr. Amoroso Ambos Hernandez won the Memorial seat with 51%. Alizar Guajardo beat the incumbent Arturo Cortez, with each getting 50% of the votes. Ricardo Medina got 51%, beating the incumbent A. Jimmy Garza. Dr. Ramiro Carabero lost in the place 6 race with 49%. Adam Farias and Garza got 49% of the votes, while FAR First picked up a seat for place 6 by Mario Brigamontes, who got 50%. This was an open seat led by Farias, who ran for mayor. Candidates said the citizens were looking for change.
When we walked the streets with the family and met all the individuals of FAR as a whole, we got the sense that they were ready for change, ready to commit and give us a
Meanwhile, Bracamontes is looking forward to serving in the commission.
Community service with all the kids. I've been doing this for the past 10 years. Nothing's going to change. It's just a name as commissioner now.
The elected officials will soon get to work in their new positions as they look into what the needs are in their cities. For Bronc TV, I'm Omar Jimenez.
Well, UTRGV is working to keep its pharmacy graduates right here in the region. I talked to local pharmacists to find out why it's important to keep this group of professionals right here at home.
Just a couple of minutes, okay?
Cantu's Pharmacy has stood in the heart of Annenberg for almost half a decade.
At that, my dad started the pharmacy in 1970.
The family-owned pharmacy serves the sick.
We've served generations of families.
Even when others can't. Nario Cantu continues the legacy left behind by his father and grandfather.
We fill hundreds of prescriptions per day.
He knows the need for more local pharmacists in the valley is growing.
You want to hire someone who's got a great personality, who's outgoing, someone who's going to treat the patient well and who you feel is going to benefit the business.
UTPA's pharmacy cooperative program with UT Austin is helping fill that need.
80% of our graduates from this program, myself included in that percentage, have stayed locally.
Dr. Bianca Cruz graduated from the program in 2009. She says the Valley is a hotspot for pharmacy jobs.
As soon as I was licensed, they hired me, and it was, so there were jobs, definitely.
Here's how it works. Those enrolled in the program complete their basics here at home and start their first 2 years of pharmacy coursework at UT Austin.
On your 4th year of pharmacy school, that is when you are required to go on your elective rotations.
Then they complete their final 2 years serving the needs of the Rio Grande Valley.
You do 7 6-week rotations, and all of those rotations, you're assigned a pharmacist who is your preceptor, and their responsibility is to kind of expose you to what the area of pharmacy it is, what it's more about, and how do you take care of patients in that specific setting.
But my oldest professor is probably like my...
Both Cantu and Cruz know keeping local graduates is a key to providing better health care in the Valley.
Somebody who's from the area, someone who understands the patient needs and understands the community and is from here, not likely to take off or bolt, at the first opportunity to leave.
With UTRGV and the medical school opening this fall, the healthcare field is expected to provide more job opportunities for the pharmacists of the future. In Edinburgh, Orlando Vargas, Bronc TV News.
A sport popularized by the movie Whip It has made its way to the RGV. A trip to the rink gives us a special look at these divas on wheels.
Tough? At times. Brutal? Definitely. But the women of the South Texas Rolleristas show on the rink that this is a sport they can handle.
It really is a team effort, a group effort. It's not one person going after one person. It's a whole group of players coming together and really working together in unison.
Salinas is a mom by day, but by night she is Bead Jammer, one of the toughest members on their team who serves a special role.
I'm kind of a mother hen in a lot of ways, being the oldest player right now in our league. But I think that I bring a sense of unity.
Rules do keep it fair, but this is a full contact sport with competitors using their shoulders or elbows. Punching, kicking, or tripping is not allowed. And while the attractive girls get the crowds to the arena, it's their athleticism that makes them stars.
It's not all about the hitting as much as it is more structured and strategic teamwork-wise.
This talented jammer works during the day and enjoys the friendships that she's made in the Rolleristas.
The girls that are here, they're just really tight-knit group of girls. It's kind of a sisterhood.
Though each girl has a different story, they all share the same bond, sisterhood. For Bronc TV, I'm Vanessa Matas.
Well, storms rolled in last night throughout the valley, bringing torrential rainfall and caused flooding from Starr to Cameron County.
That's right, Orlando, and a lot of people were left without power after that horrible storm. But what will the week bring? Let's see what Sergio Puente has for us in our 7-day forecast.
Good afternoon, Valley. Let's take a look at the picture behind me. That's a water rescue actually in the Fayetteville area outside of Edinburgh. The fire department is helping out some families there as flooded water is kind of covered over pretty much their whole front lawns and back lawns there in the 281 area. You can see the highway back there. This video actually it was sent in by Mark out of Edinburgh. You can see that the lightning strikes the tree, actually strikes the tree, and he caught it right on time. Look at that. That is some amazing video. Thanks for sending that in to Surge Weather last night, Mark. Current conditions right now, we're looking at temperatures around 81 degrees across the Rio Grande Valley with mostly cloudy conditions. East-southeast winds at about 10 miles per hour. The humidity level is around 79%. We can expect some showers to kind of move into the region later on tonight as well. Our drought monitor is showing drought conditions pretty much improving across the state of Texas. The northern regions of Texas actually had some soaking rains over there. They actually had about a foot of rainfall there with some really serious flooding up there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Overnight tonight, we do expect thunderstorms across the entire Rio Grande Valley, about another 40% chance of rain, with temperatures right along 75, 77 degrees across the entire Rio Grande Valley. Tomorrow afternoon, we do expect temperatures back up to 84 degrees in Edinburgh, 86 in McAllen, 86 in Harlingen, so it's going to be a rather warm around mid-80s across the entire Rio Grande Valley with about another 50% chance of thunderstorms for tomorrow. So thunderstorms are pretty much in the forecast for the next couple of days, and I'll show you that. It's a 7-day forecast coming up a little bit. Our record low, 50 degrees, that was set in 1952. Record high was set in 1974, and that was 106 degrees. That was a really hot day there in 1974. 6:48 is our sunrise, and our sunset will be at 8:11 p.m. Hurricane season is coming up. Look at the list of hurricane names here. Ana is the first one. She's already went into the Carolinas actually as a subtropical storm. Bill is next, Claudette, and then Danny. If you remember, Claudette was actually one of our storms about 6 years ago, and these names do get recycled every 6 years for the Atlantic hurricane season. Our 7-day forecast, we're looking at Wednesday, tomorrow, PM storms once again. Thursday, more storms. Friday, another chance of storms, but it is diminishing as we move into Saturday. Temperatures right along 92 degrees for the high pretty much across the entire 7-day forecast period. We do expect thunderstorms to kind of move back into the forecast by Sunday and Monday. By Tuesday, we do see another 60% chance of thunderstorms, so you might want to stay tuned to the local weather updates by then, by that part of the week. Just a reminder, we are under a flash flood watch until 6 p.m. today. That might be extended as we do see another potential for some more severe thunderstorms pushing into the Rio Grande Valley. So flash flood watch for the entire portions of South Texas and especially the Rio Grande Valley. We did see about 4 feet of water in Rio Grande City last night. So that is some severe weather, some severe flooding there in the Starr County area. So keep an eye on that. And that was a look at your Bronc TV weather forecast. Back to you in the studio.
The nation's eyes are set on one of our athletes, and this week we take a look at Logan Landon, UTPA's dual threat.
This senior outfielder is one of the top hitters in the nation. What makes Logan Landon's success even more impressive? Last year, Logan was a little-used reliever, and the previous 2 years in junior college, he was a pitcher.
Most of the time, I'm pretty confident being able to go back on the ball here. You know, I trust my outfielders to kind of help me out where I'm at.
Getting back in the groove has had its challenges.
You know, judge velocity, judge location, and that's the part that I've had some struggles with this year is just being able to focus in and not swing at bad pitches.
Players pushing to try new positions are nothing new, but Coach Mantrana saw quickly that Logan was ready to step up to the plate.
I thought it was going to be a 1 or 2 day thing, but the more we saw of him with the bat, the way he played the outfield, the way that he ran, he's a very good athlete.
His hitting success can be attributed to the experience on the mound.
If I was pitching, I try and think about what I would throw myself as a hitter, and I definitely think that's helped me out a lot.
Behind the plate and in the outfield, Logan Landon gives the UTPA Broncs a deadly 1-2 punch. For Bronc TV News, I am Jennifer Galvan.
That's right, Orlando. A lot's been going on in the world of sports lately with the second round of the NBA playoffs heating up and the NFL taking a hit and their golden boy being penalized.
That's right.
So we have our own Dan Galvan to join us in the studio now, talk about all this and more. Dan, let's start with the NBA playoffs. The Rockets are taking on the Clippers right now, and how do you think that series is going to end up?
You know what? I watch all the sports. I'm a journalist first, but I'm also a fan, and I'm a fan of the Rockets. And it's been embarrassing, to tell you the truth, how the Rockets have played. Because the Clippers don't have a bench. And they have their best player, Chris Paul, injured throughout the series, and the Rockets are down 1-3. It's been embarrassing. And for the state of Texas, for this to be the only team left in the playoffs, I mean, their chances don't look good. But I hope they come back. Unfortunately, when you're down 3-1, I think that's not likely.
So do you think that maybe Kevin McHale is going to try to pull out something from maybe just like at least one more win, Dan?
I think so, because, look, they're playing at home tonight, and I think they do get a win here. They extend the series. But for them to win 3 straight, I mean, that would be a miracle. I mean, there would be a 30 for 30 if they pulled that off. I'll tell you that much.
Now, Dan, it's been, 19 years since the Rockets went to the playoffs. You know, why was this year so critical for the fans to support the team in this year's playoffs?
Yeah, it's amazing. You say 19 years, 1995. It's the year I was born. All right, since I was a little baby when they won the title. And the reason why this means so much to us and why I'm very passionate about this particular season is we haven't had success. We're not like the Spurs. You know, Vanessa's a Spurs fan. We're not like them. We're not even like the Mavericks. They won the title in 2011. It's been a long time since we've been this successful, and to see it kind of flounder when we have a really great opportunity against a wounded Clippers team, it kind of stinks, I would say, as a fan.
Well, Dan, things better heat up faster, or else Clutch City is going to become Choke City. But moving on to the NFL,
the Cowboys.
Moving on to the NFL, Dan, a lot has been going on the past couple of days. I think you may remember Deflategate.
That's right.
With Tom Brady and the Patriots, and it turns out that they may have been cheating. What do you think about too severe of a penalty or just right?
Yeah, first I gotta say, truly amazing job by the NFL. It's the off season, and we're talking about the NFL. We got the playoffs and hockey and basketball. And we're talking about the NFL. They find a way to be in the conversation. As far as what I think about Deflategate, first and foremost, clearly Tom Brady knew what was going on. Look, here's the thing. The quarterbacks in the NFL are able to shape up the ball. And the reason why they're able to do that prior to games is because Tom Brady and Peyton Manning went to the league and say, hey, we want the balls to feel how we want them. And with Tom Brady, clearly he knows how a ball would be as far as the pressure goes. He would be very meticulous with how footballs are, so clearly he would know. I mean, that's obvious. But two, for him to be suspended, 4 games? For deflating footballs? That's ridiculous.
I think it's fair. 4 games is nothing to Tom Brady.
That's 25% of the season. You're going to suspend someone for 25% of the season because the PSI on a football was, 1 under?
Dan, cheating is cheating.
Yeah, cheating is cheating. But if we're playing Scrabble and I cheat like 1 little letter and you arrest me and put me in a jail, that's kind of a hard punishment.
I will penalize you for 4 rounds.
Okay, well, that's true. But it's just too cruel punishment. And the reason why Brady is punished this severely is simply because he didn't tell Roger Goodell, Papa Goodell, that he did it. And this is a punishment of him not being forthcoming, which is kind of, we get in a very slippery slope because how much power will Roger Goodell have, you know?
That's true. And Dan, speaking on that, on Tom Brady not being forthcoming and being involved in this, do you think that his reputation has taken a hit with this? Should he go ahead and come forward and say, I did this, again, just clear the air. Do you think he should do that?
But just think, yes, he should. But think about how ridiculous this is, that when Tom Brady has a press conference, it will be on all the sports channels, and he'll be on a microphone stand, and he'll be like, yes, America, I deflated football. That is ridiculous. That shows you how kind of crazy we are as a sports culture. But to help his reputation, his legacy, sure. With that being said, we're going to forget about this in 6 months. We won't be talking about this. When Tom Brady retires, he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So will Bill Belichick. And we'll remember his career. Well, it depends on if you're a Jets fan. If you're a Jets fan, you probably won't be that fond of Tom Brady, but otherwise, I would say so.
Okay, let's keep it in football, Dan. Let's take a look at a couple of teams, their drafts.
Okay. I think I know what team you want to talk about.
Yeah, we might as well just talk about the Cowboys. They essentially got 3 picks of all first-round talent. I mean, Jerry Jones pulled the rabbit out of the hat, so to speak, right? So how do you think, that draft, they're shaped up?
Yeah, and I don't say this often about the Dallas Cowboys. They nailed it in the NFL draft. You're right. They got 3 first-round talents in that draft. Firstly, clearly, the guy they drafted in the first round, Byron Jones, a cornerback out of UConn, set the record for long jump at the combine. That's spectacular. Then in the second round, they go back and take Randy Gregory, who fell in the draft board because he was busted for, I believe, marijuana. And this is a guy who was expected to go top 7, a great pass rusher. And lastly, they got an undrafted free agent, La'el Collins, because he wasn't a suspect, but he was a person of interest, I believe, in a crime that involved the murder of an individual. But he appears to be cleared, and this was another guy expected to go in the first round. So yes, Vanessa, I must say the Cowboys nailed it this year. At least, football has to be played, but I do think they did a good job.
Do you think then perhaps they may be bundling some deal for Adrian Peterson? Could we expect him in a Cowboys uniform this season?
What a great locker room you guys have character-wise for the Dallas Cowboys. I tell you what, I don't think so, and I'll simply say this. The salary cap is too much. Adrian Peterson is the most expensive running back in the NFL. To be able to fit him in the salary cap would be ridiculous.
Okay, great. Thank you, Dan.
All right. And I believe I have one last man on the street for you guys, so I'm going to intro it.
That's right.
It's been an emotional ride here, the last Bronc TV, and I did my last man on the street. And the most fitting question to ask students on campus was, what are they going to miss about UTPA? Well, I went on the street and I asked them.
Oh, hey there. I'm Daniel Gabon. And if you've been watching Bronc TV this past year, you've seen me go out on the street and give a tour at UTPA, ask people about Santa Claus and about One Direction and true love, real journalism. But sadly, this is the last time you'll see me here at UTPA, because UTPA is dying. So UTPA isn't dying. I wasn't supposed to say that. We're just changing our name. But I'm going to go out on campus and ask people about UTPA. Hey, can I interview you? Can I? Come on, hurry up, bitch. Hurry. Hey. All right. What are you going to miss the most about UTPA?
What am I going to miss the most about UTPA?
Yeah, I asked you the question. I mean, you could ask yourself the same question I just asked you. But, yeah, what are you going to miss the most about UTPA? What am I going to miss the most about UTPA? Squirrel. My best friend here at UTPA is squirrels. I've always bonded with squirrels, just chilling in the wilderness. So, Javi, what's it been like to be on all these man on the streets?
Oh, it's kind of cool getting the cameo on every one of them. It's like, oh, I remember that guy from the last one. He's wearing the same shirt.
Yeah, you've worn the same shirt in all of them. It's been really disgusting. But we've had a lot of memories, right? Yeah. We did Titanic. Yeah. We did the Titanic scene. What else have we done?
Oh, we did the scene from Dirty Dancing.
That was amazing. Yeah. You are truly a fantastic dance partner. And by fantastic, I mean not fantastic. And what else did we do? Oh, I held a boombox out. Yeah. What are you going to miss the most about UTPA?
It's probably going to take me a while to think about it.
Yeah, it's cool. Just take your time.
Let's see. The cafeteria.
What are you doing? Rubik's Cube?
Yeah, I'm doing a Rubik's Cube.
Aren't people supposed to solve that in 5 seconds? It's taking you a long time.
Yeah, I know.
You know what else takes a long time?
What?
The reply. My reply. That took a long time, right?
It took a long time, though.
Man, it's taking you forever. About time, Pablo.
Tell you what I'm going to miss the most about UTPA. Let me tell you. Tell me what I'm going to miss the most about UTPA again. Tell me.
What are you gonna miss the most about UTPA?
I don't even go to school here.
Do you like Bucky?
He's an okay guy, but I kind of have a little grudge with him.
What's the grudge? What's the grudge?
I offered him my hand
Yeah.
for a high five, right?
Yeah.
And he left me hanging on multiple occasions, more than one time.
He didn't get a hoof.
No, he didn't. He didn't give me a hand to hoof contact.
Well, Javi, it's been a pleasure having you on these Man on the Street segments. Thank you, buddy. UTPA is gone. My friends are gone. I just need someone to tell me when I go to UTRGV next semester, everything's going to be a person dressed like Spider-Man. What do you want? What do you want, person dressed like Spider-Man? What about a honey bun person dressed like Spider-Man? Everything's better now. I'm going to miss Bucky. I'm going to miss the Bronc. I'm going to miss UTPA. But UTRGV should be pretty cool. Reporting for Bronc TV, I'm Daniel Galvan. And let's sing a little carol to Bronc. Bucky.
Bucky, we will remember you.
We will.
In song. We will remember you, even though you didn't high-five me that one time. We will remember you.
That was it?
Yeah.
Story of this segment.
We want to thank you for joining us for this last week's edition of Bronc TV News.
That's right. I want to personally thank all of the people that I've met here for the past 2.5 years. It's been quite a ride. And I've seen Bronc TV grow so much. I want to personally thank each and every one of my 13 seniors who are graduating this coming Saturday. Without you, we wouldn't have achieved that first place Best Newscast at TIPA. I want to thank you for trusting me with helping you be better, with helping all of our news organization be better. And we're all looking forward, I can say, to the new chapter that will start as UTRGV. Of course, we won't be Bronc TV News anymore. We will be named something else, but that is to be determined in the coming weeks. So I want to thank everyone. I want to thank Mr. Mann and Mr. Nick Taylor for everything that they've helped us do within the past 10 months. I've learned to see you guys grow so much, and I hope that it's been for the better. So for the very last time for Bronc TV News, you are?
I'm Vanessa Matas.
I'm Daniel Galvan.
And I am Orlando Vargas, and we'll see you until next time for the new chapter of UTRGV.